103 days in, and the female attraction just out of nowhere had this massive just spike. I was coming home from vacation today, and I'm in the airport, and the women are just enamored by me, talking to me, just one after the other. I'm just buying food or doing whatever, or just chatting it up with the flight attendant, and they just they're smiling, giggling, twirling their hair. They're enamored by my beauty. And then I was just in the gym, and everyone is just staring at me, men and women. But the women, they can't keep their eyes off me. They're giving me direct eye contact, and I'm just staring right back into their soul. They can sense it. You build up more. The longer you go on this journey, you build up more, spiritual vibration, spiritual something. Something is going on that is deeper than just, the physical aspect of everything. Most of this realm is completely just, the material world is something that we make up, that we use to make sense of what is going on around us. But everything is just vibrating rapidly. All of our atoms are just constantly vibrating. And the only real thing that exists in this world is our consciousness, right? This is backed up by quantum physics. Look it up. So the longer you go on this journey, and the higher that you are able to vibrate your atoms, you are able to attract things that you aren't even meaning to attract. I barely have to think. I barely even have to manifest. I set in stone all of my manifestations and then forgot about it. But everything is just coming true. And everything that, I can ever attract, it's just coming to me in just ample form, one after the other. Whether it's women, whether it's just, respect, whether it's just more money, more this, more that. Whatever it is, more consciousness, more conscious creativity. I'm more creative than ever. And I know the direction that my life is heading in. And I've known ever since 90 days. But now after 100 days, things are ramping up. Things are starting to actually feel a lot different. Immensely different. The female attraction is completely just effortless. I'm not too bad of a looking guy, I suppose, but the amount of women that just are enamored by me, it doesn't even add up. It doesn't even make sense. They just try to find any reason to talk to me, or to bend over in front of me in the gym, or whatever, or, drop something so I can pick it up for them, or whatever, or help them in the gym, or this or that. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm not trying to, toot my own horn here. I'm not trying to stroke my ego. I'm just letting y'all know what happens along this process and how real all of this is. This is a life-changing, life-altering journey. It changes you from the inside. I walk around with my head held so high. After 100 days, I feel truly invincible. I do not even feel like I can die. Truly. There is no thought in my mind that it is even possible for me to die in this state right now, because I already manifested everything that is to come. And so now it just all needs to come. Now it just needs to all just naturally fall into place. And that's what semen retention does. It makes everything just naturally fall into place. I hop on these videos every single day, and I just start flowing. You know why? Because of semen retention. It's not a coincidence. None of this is a coincidence. Everyone will chalk it up to, oh, it's a coincidence. Oh, you're just getting luckier. Oh, you're just lucky. Oh, woman, you're just tripping. You just think that women are staring at you, but they're not, or this or that. No, I'm telling you right now, when I'm drained, when I just, jerked off, when I just got done with the best goon sesh of my life, I'm not gonna be feeling good about myself. I'm not gonna be feeling like a god. And no woman, I'm telling you right now, no woman will look at me, look my direction, and they will even feel some sort of disgust towards me. I'm telling you right now, that's how it went every single time. I wrote it down every single time it happened. And I'm not crazy. Like, it was happening. And now, since I'm this deep on the journey, it doesn't happen at all anymore. There's no disgust. There's straight just like curiosity. They are curious to what I even am. They can sense it, but they don't know, obviously. They don't know. Not a single female watches these goddamn videos. So they have no idea of the type of shit I'm on, of the type of timing I'm on, but they can sense it. Right? And if they can sense it, everything else in nature can sense it. The universe, the trees, everything can sense your new sort of attraction. It is not just with women. You are more attractive in general. Thus, saying that you can attract anything you want in this state a lot easier and a lot quicker. You will still have to be extremely patient and just let things flow like water, but things will come into fruition. Whatever your dreams are, they will just start form into reality. Your body will be forced to act on the dream reality that you want. And then you will just start becoming that type of person. I'm just now the type of person to make these videos to inspire motherfuckers, man. Because, I got a small little base right now, but like, I have a small little army to inspire right now. I have I have this responsibility to inspire people and tell them the sauce of life. This is the secret sauce right here. There is no other better way to morally, make your dreams happen rather than by doing this. Semen retention truly changed my life forever, and this is just the start. Like, I'm only 103 days in, and it sounds like a long time, and it is. This is my longest streak ever. But also, on my last longest streak, maybe around almost 90 days, it was almost 3 months, right? My last longest streak ever. I was grinding on Instagram and trying to grow a page, and everything was just like exploding, like effortlessly. And then I just, I didn't even understand what I was doing. I didn't understand the power that I had. And then I just started jerking off again, and then everything fell apart from there. Everything, right? So now I'm just going to push myself to my absolute limit and break all of my limitations. I do not have a single limiting belief in my mind anymore. I know how much I'm actually capable of, and I'm just doing everything in my power to get it done. My dream right now is to just, build the best physique that I've ever had and be real proud of that. That's all I truly care about. And then, everything else will just come with that. Money, this, that. I don't care about it too much, right? I want enough money to take care of myself and my family, of course. But regardless, I don't need it. I don't care. I have a job. I have this, I have that, And I want to just get better. I just want to grow. And it makes you fix yourself internally. And this is what people don't understand. You have to fix or change yourself internally in order to actually change your exterior. Only by changing the interior can you change the exterior. That is the only way, right? Because it is just your exterior world is just a reflection of what is inside of you. So if there's like all these things going on where you're gambling and you're watching all this, graphic content and all this like stuff that's frying your dopamine and just cooking you all around, man, you're not going to be able to attract anything in your life. No good woman, no good this, no good that, no, not your dreams, nothing. I'm telling you right now, nothing. So you have to just, okay. A lot of people are asking too, like, oh my, like how did you even how did you get to 100 days? Man, you just have to have had enough, man. How many times are you gonna keep restarting on this streak? Just this time around, try to give it your all. Really try to resist that temptation, because I'm telling you, once you get past around a month, it gets a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier, until it's not even a habit anymore, not even a thought in your mind to try and, mess around with a woman or, go jerk off. Not even a thought in your mind. So you just have to, get off social media. That is one thing. Stop being bored. Just get to work, work a lot. So then you're not in a state where you can be bored and go jerk off or go hit up a girl and, mess around with her. You can't be in that state of mind. Otherwise, you're going to relapse. I'm telling you right now. So you cannot have the time to be bored. You have to just start up, get on going. And it's going to be hard in the beginning because you don't have all that energy. But if you can just keep on pushing a little bit more and more and more, you can get to this point where you're at 100 days of semen retention, and then you start, truly just becoming a different person. You become this new person that is, capable of leading people, capable of truly caring for people in the right type of ways. And you become the best version of yourself, And I don't do any of this for woman attraction, but it is one of the benefits of it, because you just attract everything. It's not just women. You start to attract everything. So why would you not give it your all? There's so many semen retention SR creators on YouTube who tell you all the same thing, right? You think they're all just lying? For what? For what? What benefit would they have to lie to you about what is happening and what is going on? Maybe there are some grifters, I suppose, but why? What is the point of lying? When they're just documenting their journey, they're telling you what's up, they're telling you the sauce, and that should inspire you to, get it on going and try it out for yourself. That's what really got me motivated, watching certain people on certain days. And I was like, you know what? Why not give it a shot? Why not give it my all? I have nothing to lose, and I have nothing going on in my life right now. So let me try to just give it my all. In life, you just have to try to give it your all, little by little, every single day. If you push yourself to the limit every single day and give it a little bit more than 100% every single day, you will get better. That is the crazy part about it. You eventually will get better. So you just have to stick with it. You just have to be consistent with everything in your life. But if you are able to be consistent with semen retention and controlling your lust, you will be able to, be consistent with anything. Anything else will be extremely easy to overcome. Lust will be always the hardest thing to overcome. It is the man's downfall to succumb to their lust. So if you can resist that temptation, at least for a certain point in your life, until you get what you want out of it. If you want a relationship, or you want your dream life, if you want money, if you want fame, whatever it is that you want, if you want that dream job, semen retention will get you there so much quicker. And you don't have to do this for life, but you will get to a point where you're just like, man, I feel better on it. I can, I feel more lucky on it. I can attract a lot more. I can, attract more women. There's all these pros about it. I have all this extra energy. I'm more creative. And then you're like, why would I even come at this point? Maybe, you have some slip ups or whatever here and there. But, to consciously just go off of like 100 days and then go jerk off, that is insane. Like, nobody's going to do that. You're not going to do that once you get past a certain point and you see all the benefits of it. But a lot of people will just write this off because they won't be able to get to this point. And then they'll try to shame people for trying to, get to this point in their journey. And they'll tell people like, hey, after 2 weeks, like, why are you even trying anymore? It's kind of weird. Like, you're being an incel, this and that. But fuck all that. Like, you need to understand. You need to try things out for yourself. You need to document it for yourself. And then you will come to an understanding of what is actually possible, right? I was curious about, this deep semen retention journey. So then I gave it my all, and now I'm here. I'm 103 days in, and I'm still going. I'm going strong. And I'm starting to feel, massive benefits from this journey so far, right? Same philosophy with working out. A lot of people would look at the way that I train and tell me that I train the wrong way. But I mean, it's hard to tell on this camera, right? But I have a decent physique, right? I'm not too tall of a guy, but I have a pretty decent frame, decent physique. But people would tell me that I am wrong for the way that I train, because what I do is I just go hard with my training. I just have fun and go hard. And I truly give it my all. And that's it. And that's the key. And that's how I've been able to just be so consistent with it for the past 9 years of my life. And people would look at my physique and ask me how I do it. And then say I tell them, and they could be like, oh, that's not, scientific, I don't get, optimal rest. I wasn't getting for years, optimal nutrition or whatever, things like that. I'm trying to get better with that now. But I wasn't doing anything optimal, and I still just outworked and outgrinded just because by trial and error. And if I would have just listened to people, if I would have just listened to people who told me, oh, you got to do it in a scientific way. Oh, you need, proper rest. You need to do this. You need to do that. Man, I probably wouldn't have gone as far within my fitness journey. Absolutely not. Because I would have listened to them and never tried it out for myself. I do certain workouts that I've never seen anyone do, and it just works for me. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Just same retention, same thing, same concept. A lot of people are talking about, this and that, benefits, this, that. Some people talking about, oh, it has no benefits, this, and then I try it for myself. And then I see, yeah, it has benefits. It's all backed up by quantum physics. I don't understand why people try to just go against all of this. Not to get into religion too much or anything, but it's all kind of correlated. Quantum physics, religion, this, that. It's all talking about the same thing. And semen retention puts you in the highest conscious vibration by just controlling your lust. Because lust will be the worst, sin that you can do, unless it's in a loving way. But that's not even lustful. If you're just, fucking with women in a very loving way, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you're just, controlled by your lust and consumed by it, that will destroy your life. So yeah, this is just a little, update. 103 days into semen retention. I appreciate all the love I've been getting lately. Everyone who's subscribing, everyone who's, liking the videos. I don't even, tell anyone to subscribe or like or comment or whatever. But you guys are really seem to get value out of these videos. So I'm going to keep going strong for you guys. If not for myself, for y'all. And, I'm going to see y'all in the next video tomorrow. I love you guys like always. Just start out.